Watching the morning show, my name is Amita Vadwa. Let's begin with a breaking update. What we're getting to know that the UNSC has come out to openly condemn the Pahalgam terror attack. In a press statement that has been issued, the council members who have expressed their deepest sympathy and condolences to the families of the victims and also extending wishes for speedy and full recovery to those who have been injured in Tuesday's attack, in which group of gunmen, as it is being mentioned in UNSC press release, fired on tourists visiting the Himalayan region, and terrorism in all its forms and manifestation constitutes one of the most serious threats to international peace and security as well. Srinjoy, the UNSC further goes on to say that such acts are criminal and unjustifiable regardless of their motivation, wherever, whenever and whomsoever committed. Pakistan has still not been named.
Yes, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly, this has been criticized. The terror attack has been strongly criticized by the UN Security Council. And India has many friends in the UN Security Council, though it has to be said that one of the non-permanent members now is Pakistan. And Pakistan will continue to be a non-permanent member till next year. But India has many friends. 4 of the permanent members want India to be a permanent member. Plus, there are other non-permanent members who are close friends of India, like Greece, like Denmark, like Algeria, like Korea, South Korea. So all of them are members of the UN Security Council, and all of them would have supported India when the issue came up. India is making it very clear that this is a terrorist attack. And this point was supported by the UN Security Council. And the statement is very clear. It is the condemnation of the terror attack in Pulwama in the strongest possible terms, despite the fact that the UN Security Council has, at this point, for the next 2 years, Pakistan as a non-permanent member.
But Srinjoy, when it comes to the UN as well, it has been urging both the governments of India and Pakistan to exercise maximum restraint to ensure the situation does not deteriorate further. Now, how do we understand as far as the UN's positioning here is concerned?
Well, the UN historically has made this point in all cases, but it also realizes that both sides have nuclear weapons, which is why the UN will talk about restraint. But the restraint is on military issues, not on anti-terror issues. Of course, there will be restraint vis-a-vis the two militaries is what the UN will speak about. But the UN has not said that you can't fight terrorism. That's the important point. And India will continue to fight terrorism. What have even these permanent members of the UN Security Council, at least 4 of them, have said? They have completely supported India. Whether it's America, Russia, Britain, France, all of them have fully supported India in its fight against terror.
And that's the point, Srinjoy, because as far as what the UNSC has been saying, that terrorism in all its forms and manifestations constitutes as one of the most serious threats to international peace and security. We're already looking at tensions between Ukraine and Russia, between Israel and Hamas, and this is something that the UN has now been asking to restrain when it comes to the tensions that have been escalating significantly between India and Pakistan.
Yes. This urging of restraint is something that the UN has said since 1945, when the UN began. So that's standard, and that's to be expected, as nobody wants a war between 2 countries. There are already 2 wars raging in this right now, and it hasn't done any good to the world. The point here is that yes, there should be restraint vis-a-vis military action against each other, because both are nuclear powers, is what the UN is saying. But the war against terror, the conflict that terrorists, which of course are supported by Pakistan, undoubtedly, that has to go on.